Hi there, this is Trev. I am the Geekologist and welcome to the Geekology channel. Tanchim have been in contact with me and they said, we really like what you do. What we want you to do is put our products through their paces. What would you like from us? And I said, send me a bit of everything. And they said, okay. And this is what they sent me. They sent me quite a bit. They sent me this. In this tasteful velvet appearing bag is the Tanchim Zero Ultimas. The Zero Ultimas are their budget in-ear earphones or in-ear monitors. I believe that this would be classified as Tanchim's budget model, but it's a bestseller for them. It's currently retailing around the £22 mark, you know, at amazon.co.uk. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very tastefully finished there. The bullet shaped, angled drivers, decent ear tips, nice bit of mesh for the earwax to stop intruding into the drivers. We've got lots of strengthening at the ends, well built. This will play pause and pick up phone calls with the version that I asked for, and is finished in a 3.5mm jack. You can get it as a USB-C version as well, and it acts as a little bit of a USB Dac Dongle type earphone, so an all-in-one product. That costs about £4 more, not a tremendous amount more. We're going to put that through its paces shortly, but let's move on to the next thing they sent me. The Tanchim Stargate 2. The Tanchim Stargate 2 is a DSP enabled high-res capable DAC dongle. This is the USB-C version, as you can see. I haven't yet got the DAC dongle to work using the app that you can download. It just will not accept my telephone number. I don't know why. Bit of a pain. I'll get in touch with Tanchim and see if we can change that. If we can, then I'll show you it working with the app. I think the app will support high res, but at the moment, yeah, you can just plug this into your smartphone. I can't plug this into my smartphone because my smartphone is doubling up at the moment as a camera. What I'll do is I'll plug this into the Shanling QS and I'll then plug in the Zero Ultima. That sounds really nice. Live like. Let's try a different genre. 50 Words for Snowcake Bush. 40 years on from that last album I listened to. Yeah, that's really nice. You can really hear the deep richness of Kate Bush's voice there. What else have we got? Definitely maybe. It's really loudly recorded Oasis album. It's a demo version of Cigarettes and Alcohol. Very nice. Works very well. Works straight out the box. Works on this digital audio player, no problem. The Shanling QS thingamajig that I've had for years. So it'll work fine on your USB-C device. Obviously, be aware that this will take some charge out of your device. Make sure it's well charged before you use it. Otherwise, what you'll have to do is unplug that. Not quite as good, but still very enjoyable. Gets nice and warm. Cuts that sound out there. Plug it back in. Very nice. We'll unplug the Tanchim Zero Ultima and we'll plug in these things next. once I've unwrapped them. We'll give everything time to power up now and recharge, etc., whilst we unbox the Tanchim Origin drive unit, inner and outer double magnet circuit dual cavity dynamic driver, dome composite diaphragm, oxygen free copper, plated silver wire core. It doesn't look like there's anything hugely different on offer here. Let's very carefully use the blade of the scissors to open it. Modular sound tuning. That sounds interesting. Sounds like you can tune it yourself in some way. I haven't looked at anything to do with Tanchim yet. There'll be stuff on the other side of the screen if you're watching this on YouTube and the like. What do we got here? Some manuals and things like that, and a quick guide. That's where the modular tuning comes in. Looks like I've got some inserts into the nozzles that will change the sound. And yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful carry case. Padded luxury. Oh yes. Just the job, isn't it? Tanchim. Nice. Very nice touch. Yeah, 3.5mm tip. That's what I ordered. You can get them in different types of cables. I mean, it all looks nice and well finished, nice and strong, lots of strengthening around it. I can see where the right nozzles go because I've got a red, and where the blues is for the lefts. Is that one in? Much heavier earphones, but because of the memory wire and the way the cable works, a much firmer fit. Origin gets hooked into the Stargate 2. We'll play those tracks again. Audio connected, yeah, cool. My music, albums, 12x5. Well, as you can imagine, just a much more sophisticated textured sound. Cleaner. Can't believe that is 60 years old, that album. Incredible. And there's a hi-fi sound, it's a beautiful sound. Got a chin strap on this? Of course I've got a chin strap on this. That's better, isn't it? There's nothing wrong with the Zero Ultima 4 sound. Nothing at all, but this takes it to another level. What did we listen to next? Can you remember? It's Oasis, wasn't it? I think what we'll do next is we'll have a look at these nozzles. I'm not sure what each one does because I can't find any particular info on that, but they're obviously tuning nozzles. Let's take them out. So it doesn't say particularly what each of them does. Yeah, I've got some really nice earphones with tuning modules, and if these are your best ever purchase, then obviously you're going to want to try all these out at great length. And obviously, as you can see, this is the first time I'm trying these. Ooh, be careful because these have got little plastic spaces on them. We'll see whether they come with the plastic spaces or whether I've got to put the plastic spacer on each time. I'm assuming that these are matching pairs as we go from left to right. I mean, I don't know. Yes, they've got the plastic spacers on, so that saves a bit of hassle. They're not going to cross thread, are they? These are finely made things. They've got good quality machines because they're a really snug fit. But they're on, and obviously these are going to be prone to getting lost. I'm surprised there was no instructions for these. But I'm assuming, I hope I'm assuming right, that they go in order and are a pair across, going from left to right or right to left. I mean, it's a couple of minutes to, make these changes. Screw it all back in so you know where they are and put it all back in the box or beautiful bag like that. Whether your brain can remember what the sound was like originally, I don't know. Let's put them back on. I mean, it's great. Yeah, maybe it just brings the treble a bit more prominent. You've even got tips that enhance the treble. So I think what I've done is I put some treble enhancing nozzles, modular nozzles in, and I've got bass enhancing ear tips in, which is weird. It seems to work. I don't know which I prefer now. I'm very confused. All I can say is, yeah, it's good. It's very good. It's hi-fi. This will be the best test. Definitely maybe cigarettes and alcohol. See, immediately turning it down. For the harsher stuff, I think that the stock ones that started my journey with the Origin were the more pleasant sound, the more livable sound. So that's probably what I'd stick with for the majority of music. But if you want to catch that extra bit of detail, then I think some experimentation with those nozzles is a must. And I'm sure you will experiment with the nozzles because that's what they're there for after all. Just another way to tune your music. Some genres will appeal to one nozzle, some genres will not necessarily appeal to that. Hard driving rock with lots of stuff going on won't necessarily do much for those nozzles. Let's try another set. Because once you're tinkering to this level, I mean, this is very easy to just swap one nozzle for the wrong one. I mean, how can you tell which one is which at the moment? I have no idea, other than by ear. Gosh, these are so tiny, they would so easily get lost, wouldn't they? You've got to take care of this stuff. So quite expensive, isn't it? $299, something like that. But as I say, if you want hi-fi sound from a pair of IEM monitors, yeah, you've got to pay for it. I mean, to a certain extent anyway. This is set 3 of the tuning nozzles. Set very nicely against my ears. Switch this back on. I think if anything, the treble's pushed back a bit on this one. Let's try Misty. Just 30 seconds or so. The bass is a bit fuller, and I'd say the treble's slightly reduced. Let's listen for the voice. Okay, I'm beginning to form an idea. Let's listen to Definitely Maybe next. Okay, I didn't say much there, but having a listen to Cigarettes and Alcohol, so these, whichever nozzles these are, these were the ones at the end, going from left to right on the old scoreboard. Yeah, so keeping origin on the right and tantrum on the left. These were the ones on the left, going from left to right. These were the best for the driving in your face loud rock music. I think probably the ones on the right would have been best for classical detailed music, acoustic music, and for most genres of music, I would say the stock tips would have been my favourite. So there you go. I think there's something for everyone, and you'll have a lifetime of fiddling around with those. And I think that from one day to the next, and from 1 week or month to the next, your tastes will change, and you might find yourself using the bass enhancing ear tips with the detail enhancing modules, or Vicky Verky. Who knows? But they're good. That's hi-fi sound. Really liked it. Well done, Tanchin. That's the origin. The origin from Tanchin. They are a single driver, dual cavity 3.5mm jack plug with the standard soft feel detachable cables with the protectors around them to strengthen them and get a good fit into your ears, but they contain some nozzles which change the sound slightly, and they contained 2 different types of ear tips, small, medium and large, both sides, bass or treble enhancing. These come in at £299 or dollars, whatever, somewhere around that side. They're beautifully finished, they're heavy, but they're a lovely fit into the ears thanks to the nice protections around them, and the shapes and contours of the head shells are great. The nozzles are very fiddly, very easy to lose, so be very careful, but they do change the sound. In my opinion, they do change the sound. You can enhance your enjoyment of loud, hard driving rock sounds with tons of stuff going on in it, or you can enhance the sound of your classical music or your jazz or acoustic music, or you can have a nice in-betweeny one with the stock ones that are put in there to start with. And then I used the bass enhancing ear tips just to give me that little extra bite with the bass, which was nice. That's those. Beautiful case. Then obviously on the cheaper end of the market, I showed you the Tanchim Zero Ultima. The Ultimas are single dynamic drivers, again 3.5mm plug. It has got a play pause answer phone cable attached to it. It's a non-detachable cable, which is no big deal for me. I don't mind them at all. As long as the cable's made nicely and is strengthened well, which this one is, it should last you the lifetime of the earphones, no problem. And it comes with a little case. And I think these are a lot more reasonable. I'll put the price of these in the description for sure. I plugged all of these into the other thing that I was sent from them, which is this DAC dongle. I love DAC dongles. I think they just enhance the sound of your smartphones for very little money. This is the Stargate 2. Certainly brought up the volume, changed the depth and detail of the sound, and made those origins go from an expensive in-ear monitor into a hi-fi sound. So I don't know how much that one is again. I've had a listen. It looks pleasant to the eye and it sounds pleasant to the ear. Enjoyed that. That was the end of our little listening session with Tanchim. With thanks to Tanchim for the sending of these for review purposes. Until the next time, goodbye.